Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Idols. So, who is Bran the Builder's father? Well, nobody really knows, but people have speculated that it's somebody by the name of Brandon of the Bloody Blade. Before I get into that though, let me just give you a quick recap of who Bran the Builder is. He's this legendary figure whose race is of the First Men. He is said to have founded House Stark. According to legend, he built the Wall and Winterfell. Nobody really knows how he did it. Some say maybe he got the help of giants. Bran also apparently helped Duran Godsgrief build Storm's End when he was just a boy. Also, if you didn't know that, Duran Godsgrief is this guy that built Storm's End with the help of Bran the Builder, a young Bran the Builder. He kept trying to build this structure that would just withstand the chaos of the sea gods because they hated the fact that Duran was dating their mermaid daughter. Duran failed many times, but on the seventh time the structure stood strong and became known as Storm's End. Many say it was because of a young boy named Bran the Builder that it actually stayed. There are also other stories that Bran the Builder built Hightower in Old Town. Who knows though? Many say it was actually Bran the Builder's son Brandon that did. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of Bran and Brandons in House Stark. Some think they may be even the same person. Some believe it may be Bran Stark, like Ned Stark's son Bran Stark, but I mean, who knows? You can't blame us for speculating. I mean, you can't put that many fucking Brandons in this story and expect us not to get paranoid about it, right? But who is Bran the Builder's father? Well, according to legend, he goes by the name of Brandon of the Bloody Blade. Now, this is where people get pretty skeptical because Brandon of the Bloody Blade is the son of Garth Greenhand. Garth Greenhand is somebody who had like 100 kids or something, so it's very plausible. I mean, his sons did found a shit ton of houses. The thing that's hard to believe, though, is that Garth Greenhand's age varies a lot, like his time of life, or however the fuck you want to say that. Like, sometimes it's speculated to have been after Bran, but most people believe that they're like the same age. But I think the most popular theory about, or the most popular legend of that world, is that Garth Greenhand was one of the first heroes of the Age of Heroes, and his son Brandon of the Bloody Blade had a son named Bran the Builder, and that's what I kind of believe. That's what I personally believe anyways. But what exactly did Brandon of the Bloody Blade do? Well, he's credited for driving the giants away from the Reach. Another thing he's known for is the slaughtering of the children of the forest. He actually started this huge war towards them. He slaughtered so many in this region called the Blue Lake that is actually now known as the Red Lake. But that's really all there is to know about Bran the Builder's father, Brandon of the Bloody Blade. Another thing to mention as well is that the son of Bran the Builder, who was he? Like, did he have any significance? Well, like his father and his father before him, he's also named Brandon, but this time he goes by more formally Brandon Stark. Some say he built Hightower instead of his father, but nobody really knows. It's actually not even known if he's a king of winter at all. Like, that's how much in the dark we are about his ancient past. Like, I really do hope George R. R. Martin gives us some more story about his life. Like, literally nothing is really known about the Age of Heroes. We know these people and these amazing things that they've done, but they're just classified as legend right now. I would like some kind of clarification. Maybe Bran now goes back in time and we actually see Bran the Builder build the wall, and then we see that they're two separate people. Something like that would be really awesome to do. But I mean, maybe he just wants to keep those stories that way. Like, maybe the focus of George's story is on what's currently going on in Game of Thrones with Jon, Tyrion, and Dany and stuff like that. Like, maybe that's something to think about. Like, what if after Game of Thrones is over, what's going to happen 100 years later, right? Like, that's something a lot of people are going to be dying to know. That happens with Lord of the Rings. I want to know what happened to Frodo later. No one knows. And that's going to happen with Jon Snow and Dany if none of them die, or Tyrion. Like, people are going to want to know where they are. In my opinion, I think the legends we talk about, like Azor Ahai, Bran the Builder, Garth Greenhand, Duran Godsgrief, and just all those other gods of that time, I think they're all real. I just think thousands of years have passed, and they're just now classified as legends. Like, I think 1,000 years from Jon Snow's story, they're all going to be legends too, and people will speculate whether or not they're real. Like, that also would be really cool to see. That's kind of what they're doing with the sequel trilogy for Star Wars. Like, Rey always thought of Luke Skywalker was this myth, right? We obviously know he isn't, but it's cool to see stuff like that in these stories because it just adds that importance to the characters that we love. But what do you guys think? Why is there so many Brandons in this story told by people like Littlefinger and like Old Nan and stuff like that? Is there something that we don't know? Are they all the same person? Sound off in the comments below. If you wanted my latest video, click here to get that. I do have a Facebook page under Movie Idol. My videos are always posted there. If you like this video, share it and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thanks for watching.